I think it's about time to make this video, considering we just finished the Purgatory arc and are going down the path of the unknown in Kengan Omega. However, a few clarifications need to be made. Most of this top 10 are fairly close in power, and the lower end could be switched out for a large variety of characters, as many are quite close overall in the story currently. The ranking is determined by every factor, not just raw strength, always need to say this for some reason, and can be broken down as who can defeat more characters in the verse or does better as a whole. Help me out by subscribing and hitting the bell, and of course, enjoy the video. First, some honourable mentions or characters I can't really include due to little information known or other reasons. Tokita Ohma's Niko, confirmed to be able to make it to the final of the Kengan Ashura Annihilation Tournament no matter what, so Ashura Kuroki tier or potentially higher. However, characters in Omega have got quite a bit stronger, and narratively it makes sense for Ohma to be on his level or even stronger currently. If you want a more in-depth how strong is Tokita Niko video, let me know down below, but I'm not including him in today's video. Guy Mukaku, my theory is that he's the strongest in the verse during his prime, but that's just my theory, so cannot include. Yan, the leader of the worm, we know nothing about him. He's most likely top 3 on the list unless he's an old man like Matsudo or something like that. The ancestor of Yamashita, can't scale or gauge him. Prime Kure could be top 3 on the list, but isn't really fair to talk about as that was so long ago and some arguments do exist to put him much lower. Joji, perhaps top 10, don't really know for certain, and him letting Zio-G escape kinda triggered me quite a bit. And characters who've been reintroduced like Kiryu, Hatsumi and Rei, but we don't really know how strong they are or where they currently sit compared to other characters. So now, let's get into the top 10. Gaolang, starting this off pretty controversial. A variety of reactions were probably created from just a few words. Some may think he belongs higher, some not even close to the top 10, and others just confused. Let me explain before you leave a dislike, like it even matters to be fair. For what we currently know, Gaolang is still the best striker in the verse, on top of being one of the few characters who can counter pre-initiative, and in his own way at that. We know about predicting further in a pre-initiative battle, resulting in a winner of an exchange, and being unpredictable of course to get around it. But Gaolang was capable of striking faster than Carlos's prediction, someone who's a master of pre-initiative, and one of the fastest speed-wise in the series. This allows Gaolang to pretty much stay in control of his fights very well. Just look at the Kanoh fight, it took someone who's capable of making anti-fighting styles on the spot to get out of Gaolang's control. Kanoh was also impressed by his improvement, without even considering his unbreakable fist now. Initially, people didn't think Gaolang's improvement was all that, but considering everyone in the tournament, he got one of the biggest buffs. And of course, people are going to say his strikes are weak or whatever. If we're going to be realistic about Kengan, Gaolang striking various characters in the head 10 times will result in a knockout more times than not, due to his superior speed, skill, etc. Then of course he can also slice with his elbows if needed. You may think Gaolang loses some fights, of course every character will most likely lose some fights, but in the whole verse perspective he wins most or does a lot better against the peaks of the verse than what many others would do. Rank 9 is Julius. His whole thing in the story is techniques being worthless against overwhelming power or against overwhelming muscles. Having potentially the strongest move in the series that even has the narrator saying no one could withstand that, so a one shot on anyone is an available argument, with the ability to also counter redirection with it. His toughness surpasses Waka, at least in Ashura, which of course is huge. Many characters you can say are faster than him, but his sheer size, power and durability pretty much makes up for that in my opinion. Imagine this beast is charging at you. Yes, you may be able to dodge a few attacks, but the second he lands one or even gets close enough to you, it's pretty much over. Even after his time skip training, he now believes that the likes of Kanoh, Kuroki, Waka, etc. are no match for him, so yeah, Julius is absolutely beastly. Rank 8 is Faye. Two issues to discuss first. His personality when fighting. if he focused more so on winning instead of flexing to Ohma, he would have shined much more in my opinion. Also, him being portrayed as nothing but a pawn for the Tiger Niko isn't the best look as a whole. But apart from that, his Divine Demon surpassing the max advance and removal is huge, on top of showing off some pretty busted Niko style moves. I think we all wanted more from Faye, and if we did get more, I could potentially rank him higher, but considering everything we got, I think rank 8 is a safe spot for now, but of course, he's dead, so he's just going to get lower and lower. Another controversial pick, but Lolong at 7. I made an in-depth what if battle of him vs Faye. If you want to check it out, that pretty much explains the reasoning for this. But he has high level pre-initiative, the means to take out characters with monstrous builds like Toa, fast striking, and even adaptation. This is just a brief outline. The people who still think Lolong is nothing but trash need to actually read the series at this point. Now this is where it gets very weird and more so opinion based, but this is my ranking for the top 6 in order. Now I'll explain my reasoning, but many changes here do exist that I'll cover throughout. So yes, Edward is stronger than Raian if you take this Irio statement. Same thing for the Tiger Niko being stronger than Ohma via this Irio statement. And again, it makes sense in the context of the story. Raian and Ohma are pretty much equal. Training wise, Raian was in the lead, while Kure believes Ohma was more likely to defeat Lolong than what someone like Raian would be. But Ohma did say prior to his fight that Raian is above him, at least in wins only, but again, considering everything, I'm just going to say Raian is above, but pretty much equal. Kanoh and Kuroki are similar. Kuroki doesn't know if he can defeat current Kanoh, so around equal, but I'm favouring Kanoh currently. However, them being above Ohma and Raian is for the following. Kuroki being kinda put on a pedestal during Lolong vs Ohma, as someone Ohma wants to face after defeating Lolong and getting stronger. Kanoh is more so the main reason for the ranking though. This is also an argument for Kanoh potentially being number 1, which I'll discuss now. We have a few statements that could be used to say current Kanoh is stronger than Prime Irio, as Kanoh is regarded as the strongest Fang. Who's of course above current Raian, as Prime Irio is above current Raian, and by extension Edward. And according to ZG, Edward equals the Tiger Niko. However, Mutaba kinda implies that Edward may be stronger, so that just helps Kanoh in this situation. We can also use Luthien saying him when using Formless X removal is above his master the Tiger Niko, and Kanoh clapping him just means he's stronger. However, of course, I don't believe that Luthien statement. It is Luthien saying it himself, and if I did, you would probably see Luthien in the top 10 of this video, which you don't. But just something to think about. So that's a way to say Kanoh is rank 1 and Kuroki will just be on the same level, but due to Kanoh's adaptation and ability to excel in a rematch, he would be above Kuroki in this situation. So basically, Prime Kure Irio above all of them and Kanoh above Prime Kure Irio. But I think it makes more sense for these 4 to be on the same tier and Eddie and the Tiger Niko to be above, as of course Eddie is above current Raian and the Tiger Niko is above current Ohma, and Lolong does connect Raian and Kanoh together, so that's just a way to view it like that. It doesn't really matter too much about these 6, it really depends, but I like the order I have here. But for all we know, Kuroki could still be the rank 1 considering how much he has improved. You could also say regarding the Mutaba statement that Eddie should be number 1 and Tiger Niko number 2, but considering that Eddie is dead and the other spare may be stronger than Eddie and the true rival for Raian in the future could be the case, and the Tiger Niko still being alive, of course getting stronger, and someone for Ohma to face as he gets stronger just makes more sense as well. So yeah, this is my ranking for the top 10 in 2022 for Kengan Mega when chapter 147 was the most recent. If you're mad at my ranking of a fictional manga, I don't know what to tell you my dude, but yeah, hope you enjoyed. Check out all the other stuff in the description, and of course, shout out to these absolute mad lads who support the channel via the Patreon. Yep, that's it guys, peace.